In the last decade, woke culture has become a driving force across multiple industries, reshaping the conversation surrounding social justice and equity. From Hollywood to tech, few sectors have been left untouched by this cultural movement. Hip-hop, a genre that has its roots in rebellion, storytelling, and societal commentary, finds itself in an intricate dance with woke culture. While the genre has always been a voice for the marginalized, it now faces scrutiny from a public that demands greater accountability from its artists. Hip-hop moguls like Diddy, whose career spans over 30 years, are particularly subject to this shifting tide. While Diddy has built an empire through music, business ventures, and philanthropy, his legacy has come under the microscope in recent years due to allegations of toxic behavior and controversy. This raises an important question. Can Diddy's legacy survive the scrutiny of woke culture? Or is it at risk of being tarnished? To understand the impact of woke culture on hip-hop, it's essential to look back at the origins of the genre. Hip-hop was born in the Bronx, New York, in the 1970s as a form of expression for Black and Latino youth who felt ignored and disenfranchised by mainstream American culture. It served as a voice for the voiceless, offering commentary on the socioeconomic conditions in inner-city neighborhoods, systemic racism, police brutality, and inequality. From its early days, hip-hop has been a political force. Tracks like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Fives, the message painted a grim picture of life in urban America, while groups like Public Enemy tackled topics like police violence and Black empowerment head-on. Over time, hip-hop evolved, branching out into various subgenres. However, its core remained the same, reflecting the lived realities of marginalized communities. Woke culture, in a way, is a modern extension of these values. The focus on social justice, equality, and advocacy for marginalized voices aligns with the original intentions of hip-hop. Yet woke culture adds a layer of accountability that wasn't as prevalent during the genre's formative years. This new level of scrutiny creates tension, particularly for legacy artists who may have acted in ways that no longer align with today's societal expectations. When movements like Black Lives Matter and Me Too gained momentum, the rise of social media platforms provided a voice to millions of people who previously lacked a public platform to speak out against injustices. This digital democratization of voice gave rise to new forms of activism and a shift in cultural consciousness. Public figures, particularly those in the entertainment industry, were no longer shielded from public accountability. Woke culture became synonymous with heightened social awareness, demanding that people and corporations alike take responsibility for their actions. The term itself comes from the African-American vernacular English, where woke was originally used to describe someone who was awake or aware of systemic injustices, especially those related to race. Over time, the concept expanded to include a broader awareness of issues including sexism, homophobia, and transphobia. This cultural shift placed significant pressure on celebrities, including hip-hop artists, to not only engage with social issues but to lead the charge. It also meant that past indiscretions, previously swept under the rug, could now resurface and spark calls for accountability. Diddy is undeniably a titan in the world of hip-hop. Rising from humble beginnings, he became a powerhouse in the music industry by founding Bad Boy Records, one of the most influential hip-hop labels in history. He helped shape the careers of artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, 112, and Mace. His influence extended beyond music, as he revolutionized hip-hop fashion, established Ciroc as a premium vodka brand, and forayed into reality TV with shows like Making the Band. In many ways, Diddy is seen as one of the first true hip-hop moguls, an artist and businessman who mastered the art of cross-industry success. However, as woke culture took hold, Diddy's image began to fracture. Accusations of fostering a toxic work environment at his media company, Revolt TV, emerged in 2020. Former employees accused him of misogyny, harassment, and creating a hostile workplace for women. These allegations called into question the values Diddy claimed to uphold, particularly as he positioned himself as a figurehead for Black excellence and empowerment. Additionally, Diddy's history of disputes with artists under his label has been long documented. Former Bad Boy artists have voiced grievances about their contracts, claiming that Diddy's business practices were exploitative. Maze, for example, publicly accused Diddy of refusing to sell him the publishing rights to his own music, despite his years of service to Bad Boy. These kinds of accusations suggest that Diddy's business dealings were at odds with the message of upliftment he often promoted. While Diddy is not the first artist to be scrutinized by woke culture, His case highlights the complicated nature of celebrity activism and public accountability. The double standard within hip-hop, where male artists are often held to different standards than their female counterparts, has come under the microscope. Women in the genre, such as Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, have faced intense criticism for their lyrics, public behavior, and even personal relationships, while male artists like Diddy have often been given more leniency. One could argue that hip-hop's culture of hypermasculinity has shielded certain figures from the same level of accountability. Diddy, as one of the most successful and powerful men in the industry, represents this tension. The very culture that elevated him to success is now the one challenging his actions and legacy. One of the criticisms of celebrity involvement in woke culture is the notion of performative wokeness. This term refers to individuals or corporations who appear to support social justice causes, but do so primarily to enhance their public image. In Diddy's case, his activism and calls for social justice, especially during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020, were met with both praise and skepticism. On the one hand, Diddy's philanthropic efforts are notable. He has contributed to educational initiatives for underserved communities, including founding the Capital Preparatory Harlem Charter School. On the other hand, critics point to his personal behavior and business dealings, questioning whether his advocacy for Black empowerment is sincere or simply an attempt to stay relevant in an increasingly woke world.
So it was a dream of mine, from Minnesink and then running the marathon, to come back to my neighborhood and open up a school in Harlem. And then once that was successful,
This is not unique to Diddy. Many celebrities find themselves caught between the public's desire for them to speak out on issues and the inevitable backlash when their actions don't match their words. For hip-hop artists, the stakes are even higher, as their genre is closely tied to authenticity. An artist's credibility is often judged by their ability to remain true to their roots. When an artist like Diddy is perceived as straying too far from that authenticity, especially in the context of social justice, it can have lasting consequences for their legacy. For Diddy, the path forward is unclear. His legacy in hip-hop is cemented. There is no denying his contributions to the genre and the industry as a whole. However, his position in the current cultural landscape is more precarious. Woke culture demands that public figures be held accountable for their actions, and Diddy's past controversies may prove difficult to overcome. To survive in this new era, Diddy may need to fully embrace accountability. This means more than just public statements of solidarity with social justice movements. It requires a reckoning with his own behavior and a commitment to change. Whether or not the hip-hop community and the public at large are willing to forgive Diddy remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: woke culture has forever altered the way hip-hop artists and all public figures are judged. Hip-hop as a genre is resilient. It has evolved through numerous phases and survived countless controversies. But the rise of woke culture presents a new challenge. Artists today must navigate the demands of social justice while maintaining their authenticity and artistic freedom. For some, this will mean embracing the values of woke culture, while others may push back against what they see as unnecessary censorship or performative activism.
We going up, we going live. Can't stop, won't stop, told y'all.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Rock all the rocks, cop all the drops.
You found another one, but I am the better one. I won't let you forget me. I still see.
I hold back, sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't.
I got two thick thoughts, wanna link the game. I got red, I got blue, what you want? The Chanel, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton.
21 Savage, I'm about to go on me, jigger for lunch. Had a long talk with a young nigga Kodak. Reminded me of young niggas.
Go with me, Dwayne Carter. Lot of niggas out here playing, ain't ballin'. I done put my whole arm in the...
In the end, woke culture's influence on hip-hop will likely push the genre to new heights of introspection and accountability. Artists like Diddy, who have shaped the past, will have to decide whether they want to be part of the future. If they choose to engage with woke culture sincerely and transparently, they may emerge even stronger. If not, they risk being left behind as the culture continues to evolve.